my god, I didn't close. Yep, I knew it. I heard it, but I was too worried about Freddy. Oh boy. Hey there, and hey there, and welcome back to Locked at Freddy's, where today we're going to be focusing first on custom hours. If we can actually get through custom hours, I might actually attempt Torture Night in this video, because that's gonna, I mean, it's a whole, pretty much gonna be like a repeat of the first video, only a lot more difficult. So I figured, you know, first, let's see if we can even get past 620 mode here. Golden Freddy. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with. 1 hour, but good lord. Trying to see how the mask is. Mask's not too bad right now. I heard something. Oh wait, no, that's Chip. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Wait, Foxy made a sound. I didn't even know Foxy made a sound. I'm guessing Foxy was on the right then. Okay, come on. It's not even a long night, realistically speaking. But it's gonna be one of those intense ones. I have to remember Yellow Rabbit's involved here. Also, the power drain on the cameras are quite significant. Alright. Right. Oh wait, no, that was Yellow Rabbit. I thought it was Foxy. Please leave. Go away. Close the door. Relax. Okay. Foxy. That was Foxy's sound cue, god damn it. Alright, Bonnie and Chica, not Bonnie and Chica. Bonnie and Foxy are gone. They've been dealt with. Bonnie's back. Horrible time, but it's fine. There we go. Uh-oh. Dangerous games. Okay. Alright. There we go. Come on. Go away. Oh my god, I didn't close. Yep, I knew it. I heard it, but I was too worried about Freddy. Oh my god, that was so close. We got this. We got this. I just can't make that. I can't do that. Hold it. We're almost there. There we go. And we did it. Let's go. We managed to survive. Congratulations. Oh, that was tough. That was tough. But nothing we can't handle. I guess we'll see. We do get something. A few years later, after the true ending. Oh, yep, it's green. I already know it's Fazbear Horror Attraction. Oh my god, this place looks awful. Come on, this place has been around for years, man. I still don't get why we're here. You didn't explain anything to me on the way. We came here to pick up old junk. Then we have to bring all of it to a new location. Why all that? What's it to us? Apparently they want to build a horror attraction or something. What'd I say? Damn, do you smell that? Yeah, it reeks horribly. Alright, let's quickly load everything up and get the hell out of here. I'll check this room, you check the hallway. Got it, buddy. Alright. Then look who they find. It's inevitable. 'Cause he always comes back. Having that FNAF 3 sound in there too. Oh, that's a throwback. Oh, look at that. We got ourselves that, technically a 4th star. The 3rd star is for Torture Night. I guess we'll try Torture Night then. Yeah, I mean, 3 lives, you start at 12 AM. I mean, if I get through 620 mode, I should be able to do this. I don't know how. I mean, they'll be more aggressive, but I don't know. I don't think this is going to be like 620 aggressive, but we'll see. Again, I know the gameplay mechanics, right? So it shouldn't be a problem. It's just that I can't make silly mistakes. Also, I have to be aware that, what's it called? This thing malfunctions from the very beginning. Now, obviously, I assume all the animatronics move according to their night, right? So it's like 12 a.m., obviously, it's only going to be Bonnie. I'm not going to worry about Mr. Chip because they're not here. So, technically speaking, all I have to do is this. As long as I hold this door shut, I'm good this entire hour. Unless, wait, yeah, I think Chic is active 1 a.m. But then again, why do I don't really have to do that much. Now, I'm probably going to skip the earlier hours, like, just show, like, yeah, you know, I'm going through these. But I'll probably end up showing more, like, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. once more characters start getting active. Like, you know, when they'll, I'm guessing probably around 3 a.m. is when they'll actually just show the whole thing. Because that's when things will actually get busy. There we go. So it took Bonnie 25 in-game minutes, I guess, to get here. At that pace, they'll probably visit one more time. Never mind. It took them about half the time to get back, actually. You know, honestly, if I still played the game where I thought, you know, you have to keep the door closed for Bonnie until they leave completely, it probably would have just screwed me completely. Like, just holding the door, waiting, like, wait, Chica, I gotta hold the door for Bonnie. It's like, that's not how it works. One thing I am somewhat curious, though, like, for Bonnie, right, one of the like, Bonnie's specific condition is that after you close the door and they retreat, you'll see them in the window, but you can't use the light on the window. Now, it's a weird detail just because you never need to do that, right? I mean, it would have made somewhat sense if, like, for example, Bonnie and Foxy attacked at the same time. And so it's like, okay, let's say if Bonnie and Foxy showed up at the same time, you close the door, you have to wait for Bonnie to leave and then use the light on Foxy. But clearly that doesn't work, right? Because Foxy has a short fuse, they're pretty quick. So, it's a little funny thing I noticed. It's like, the game has never really given me a reason to want to check the lights at all, except for Foxy. Right, I never use the lights except for Foxy, so having that condition of like, oh yeah, Bonnie's gonna get you if you use the lights on Bonnie after closing the door, it seems a bit random, I guess. I did use the lights for Chica when I first started, but that was mainly because I just wanted to see like if Chica was actually there or not. But now that I know what to do with Chica, I never do that anymore, and it's like kind of weird now that Bonnie has that condition about the lighting. Oh, that's right. I forget. Sorry. I forgot. This is all one shot, right? So, in other words... Yeah, okay, so sorry. I'm so used to the whole idea. Like, I thought it was going to be like, okay, 1 a.m. they all reset, then they start moving. No. Bonnie will keep acting as, you know, as scheduled. Only now that it's 2 o'clock, Chica will start getting into the mix. Like, right now. I mean, 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. is still the same thing. Only difference is I have to pay attention to Chica's sound cue. And I think from 2 to 3, I don't remember if it's Freddy that becomes active or Foxy. If Freddy becomes active, then, again, it's a matter of sound cues. The only thing is I have to be careful about Bonnie. Bonnie shows up, I would say, every 10-ish minutes. This. Let's see, at 13, I'm trying to get an idea. So Chica attacked at 13. We'll see when she visits next time. And Bonnie at 15. Okay, so let's see how long it takes for him to revisit. Obviously, Chica will be a lot simpler because we can just listen up for Chica. 5 minutes. Okay, so Chica's very active. So far, definitely a lot quicker than Bonnie. Generally, though, I don't want to constantly... I don't want to keep to this rhythm, though, to be honest. I would like to, like, check the cameras to confirm who's there or isn't there. Because otherwise, it just leaves me in a really weird position as the nights get harder. Or the hours, I should say. Only thing is, I have to, as we go through this night, I have to remember to update how I play based on like what time it is. I don't want to like go into 2 a.m. and completely forget that Foxy, you know, or Freddy is now active, right? I mean, Freddy and Foxy both have their own sound cues, so again, I'm not, you know, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, there we go. So I'm not too worried about that, but you know, it's just one of those things where like I want to be prepared. I just don't remember who's active at 2 a.m. And Bonnie's skipping the supply closet now as well. Yep, completely skipped it. It's not even a camera for them anymore. I gotta be careful with that. That's the other thing. I have to basically update my rhythm as the night goes on. They don't reset at all, right? So it's like, once Freddy starts, I have to like fit them into the rotation as everyone else is already moving. At least I'm pretty sure Freddy's the one that starts, because I'm pretty sure Freddy the Mechanic started right after Chica's. I guess time will tell. The goal is to not die at all, obviously, but you have 3 lives. Actually, wait. Based on the timing, does it actually make sense? If someone's active at 2 o'clock, then 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock is Mr. Chip. Oh, yeah, no, that does make sense, yeah. Because 4 o'clock is Mr. Chip. I just don't remember. Oh, Foxy's active now. Okay, never mind. Okay, so Foxy, then Freddy. Okay, and Chica's getting quicker. Almost 3 o'clock. Alright, Freddy's active. Now I'm going to be relying on the cameras a lot more. Because going blindly at this rate is a bit risky. Luckily, just got away with that. There we go. Alright, I need Freddy to come in quickly. Here. Make it a little after. Oh boy. Why do I think Freddy was laughing? Oh boy. That was self-sabotage on my part. There we go. also means this has to last for 2 hours, by the way, which is still fine, I think. Oh boy. This is where crunch time begins. The door. My mouse was on the edge of the door, and so it literally untriggered it. That's so annoying. Way too close for comfort. I just want to get to 5 a.m. You can barely hear Bonnie's groans on the left side. I don't think I mentioned that, but they do have their own sound cue. I wonder if it'll catch. I have a feeling it wouldn't. 's okay. O'clock. You know what time it is. don't always make noise. As well. Cheeky. No, it's not you. Go away. Damn it, they're coming. He's here. Relax, relax, relax. I'm worried because everyone's kind of like paused a little bit. So it's making me anxious. Okay, go away. Music's picking up, let's go. Oh, moment of truth. Come on, knock on the door. Okay. Oh boy, I'm so stressed right now. God damn it. Okay, stress relieved. No one's here, no one's here. I don't care. 6K. There we go. We did it! We did it! Let's go! Only one death. As ridiculously BS as it was, just because my mouse, I'll take it. I beat it. Let's go. Yeah, definitely not as it's a test endurance. Good job, sport. You were able to survive the whole night. Elliot Woods, $120.50. Employee of the month, Raglan, of course. Torture ending. I mean, this is kind of like what if you actually got paid for your shift? There you go. I mean, well, I don't know. The blood might honestly indicate otherwise. Oh, what a ride. Custom hours, like the 620 mode. I wasn't sure how that was gonna be. I didn't even realize there's like 4 statuses, so you can either be safe, somewhat stable, risky, and then broken. I don't know what Torture Night had it on. Did it say anything? Enemies will be more aggressive. Spring suit will malfunction from the start. Each hour will be saved, but after each death you will lose 1 life. When all lives are lost, time resets at 12 AM. Exiting the game is not available, so yeah, you have to do that all straight in one go. We got through it. I like how it says lives remaining 2, you'll start at 5 AM, so I guess technically go again. We got it. We got all of it. What a fun ride. I think I said that already, but me restarting the game kind of made me restart. But yeah, that was great, honestly. From the gameplay, the cutscenes, the mini games. I mean, again, I said this in the previous video, but the Cursed Night, what a great mini game, honestly. And honestly, was overall, what a great experience. As the game page said, right, this game takes the beloved elements of the original Five Nights at Freddy's, but expands that universe with new mechanics, a unique storyline, and new characters, and boy did they do that. I mean, you know, with that said, right, let's hop into my thoughts on the game. Okay, gameplay-wise, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, like, it obviously stuck a lot to what Five Nights at Freddy's has, but does things very, like, it has all these little twists and turns, right? With Bonnie and Chica, they are largely the same, but they have like additional effects onto their mechanics, right? Like Bonnie, you have to close the door, but they don't make sound at the door all the time, so you kind of have to watch them on the cameras. And when you close the door, you know, they'll do it with a single knock, and then they'll linger by the door a little bit. It makes me think of like how in FNAF, literally Bonnie and Chica love to linger at the doors even when they're closed. It's kind of like makes me think of that a little bit. And while they're lingering at the window, at least for Bonnie anyway, you can't shine the light. Now, that doesn't really take into any effect, to be honest. That doesn't really impact the game at all. I never ran into a scenario where that happened. So maybe that could have been worked around a little bit somehow. But again, I think that has more to do with a gameplay loop rather than the character itself, because the only way that mechanic would really have any effect is if there was a character like Foxy that you did need to flash at the same time as Bonnie would be there, you know what I mean? Like, then you have Chica, who is obviously very similar. You have to close the door, but after closing the door, she'll, for one, knock very differently from Bonnie. Whereas Bonnie, you have to just hold the door and they do the single knock. You have to hold Chica's door down until she stops knocking, and that can vary, right? Which can have some RNG effects depending on like when Freddy arrives. But then of course, after you're done closing the doors on Chica, she then tries to break the window, making you use the alarm system. I think that's a really cool idea. Then we move on to Foxy, who pretty much works largely like they do in FNAF. Again, I think that mechanic could have been a lot more interesting if it was able to have like some sort of danger with Bonnie. As for Freddy, they pretty much do a lot what they do in FNAF. I'm just drawing comparisons because I'm just trying to highlight how they take the mechanics from FNAF, but like kind of like change them up a bit in their own unique way, right? Freddy obviously constantly going through the cameras. They don't really go for your office, but whenever that laughter happens, having to find them on the cameras and use the alarm system, that adds a little bit of tension, especially when dealing with Chica, because sometimes, well, ideally, you want to have the alarm system work for both, right? Because the alarm system goes for a while, and obviously with Freddy, the difference is, if you use the alarm system before finding Freddy, it doesn't work on Freddy. You have to find Freddy first. So that's why you're kind of like in this kind of like, you're really kind of like pressured to try and get Chica and Freddy to attack at the same time, or rather not attack at the same time, but like be in that window where you can use the alarm system to get rid of Chica, but only after you found Freddy. But sometimes it doesn't work that way, and you'll have to be like, okay, I have to wait for the alarm system to recharge and then get to Freddy. which is honestly something I'm glad that never became an issue. Like the idea of, oh my god, I had to use the alarm system with Chica, but Freddy showed up so late, and then I'm screwed, right? Like, what if Freddy got you before the alarm system could reset? That would be very frustrating and not in a fun way. I think the fact that Freddy is pretty much the most forgiving character in the game, right? With how long they can go without having, having been dealt with. And then we have Mr. Chip, who pretty much serves as your music box character, right? The puppet. Only thing is, you have to kind of like tell, how far along they are based off the brightness of their eyes rather than some dial or meter, which honestly is fine. And then finally the Yellow Rabbit, who is pretty much like trying to, I guess they're pretty much a lot like Chica, because they attack for a certain amount of time and they can attack from everywhere and it's pretty instant. So again, very much like Chica, only they're able to attack from both doorways. And then they have that little golden cupcake with them, which tries to attack you directly. And all of this on top of this spring lock suit mechanic, which honestly is such a cool idea. The fact that you're playing, or you're trying to survive this night trapped in a spring lock suit, so obviously you cannot move around sporadically. Because of the spring lock suit mechanic, you're forced to be more meticulous about how you move. Sure, there is some leeway to how fast you can actually like look around and everything. You don't have to slow down to a snail's pace, but you can't freak out in the way that you do with other games where it's like, okay, left door, right door, camera, left door, right door, camera, light, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do things super rapidly in that sense where it's like, it's like your camera's going all over the place. You have to be somewhat meticulous, especially considering that it's not just about moving too fast as an insta-death, but also the fact that if you move too much up to a certain point, interacting with things puts you in that little spring lock minigame, which obviously puts you in danger, especially if I'm trying to deal with Chica, but then I get caught in this minigame. That could pretty much be an instant death for me, right? So I think that's such a cool idea, and this is something that's constantly lingering over you, right, as you play the entire game. And then, all of that on top of the story, right, us being lured to this place because Afton just wants to play this Saw-esque game with us where it's like, trying to survive the night against these killer animatronics who thinks you're the one that killed them, right? That's such a cool idea, especially like, you can see the board of victims that he's already accumulated, 15 employees. Obviously, the default bad ending, obviously he never lets you escape. Even though you rightfully survived, he was never going to let you out, because obviously what's going to stop you from saying, hey, don't go work at this place, he can't have anyone live. I think also it would probably hurt his sense of pride if he actually somehow had one of his victims escape. But then to get that good ending, right, with this really cool minigame, the Cursed Night, and pretty much setting the puppet free, who leads on the charge for revenge against William. And honestly, what was so what a cool moment it was to have the puppet personally cause William's agony. It's not the same as like how in FNAF, William was scared of the spirits. He then gets in the suit because, yes, this is the suit that I used to kill you, fear me. And then, out of horrible coincidence, the room he is in is leaking with water and makes his spring locks shut, right? One of the spring lock suit's biggest vulnerabilities, moisture. As ironic as that was, because of, I don't know if Williams was really involved in the design, so I don't think it's ironic to that aspect. Now I think about it, I don't think that's the case. No, it's just mainly ironic because he used that suit as a form of taunt and it backfired. But it's so much more satisfying it's so much more satisfying in this way, personally, from an irony standpoint, because it's caused by the puppet herself, right? William killed Charlotte in a pretty brutal manner, as she was abandoned. And now Charlotte got to kind of do the same to William, not only just like kill him with his own suit, like she's pretty much the one that's causing the spring locks to turn into him, but also being the one that will now leave him trapped in Freddy's forever all alone. It's kind of like a interesting duality, I guess. That's at least how I view it. And I don't know, that sense of irony is just a bit stronger since it's not a coincidence or a unfortunate coincidence for William to get spring locked, but it's more deliberate at the hands of Charlotte, right? And then of course we know Golden Freddy is still around here, probably gonna end up torturing Afton for the next couple decades until some unfortunate people come to try and get stuff for a horror attraction and find a person inside a suit without realizing that that's a person in a suit. But yeah, overall just really cool overall. But anyways, that's gonna be it for Locked at Freddy's. Great job once again to Ding Lorettasoft and whoever else was part of the game. I'm glad to have finally experienced it, and hell, actually get everything done. That's great to see. One thing I do want to see, it's a very minute thing, but because I mentioned it, can I at least let me see what it looks like to have not Freddy, Bonnie in the window. It's such a random little thing, but I'm curious. I also wonder if you get anything for completing all of these stars. I mean, I'm not gonna bother trying it. I mean, unless some huge secret ending happens, which I doubt. I mean, again, cutscenes don't show anything. It looks like we got all the cutscenes, but I don't know, just wondering. Now, I just want to see real quick what happens if we use the light to see Bonnie. For one, can I use the light before they, like, when they knock on the door? What happens if I use the light? Are they gonna be there? Are they gonna jump scare me? Because I never really did ask myself that. It's just a wonder, something I wonder. If anything, if Bonnie gets me, even as I use the light like this without closing the door, that would make that mechanic a little bit more, like, that could be a bit more devastating. Because what if I'm unsure if Foxy, like, is at the door? I could do this. Okay, so I'm guessing that's what happened. Anyways, I just wanted to see if they had, like, anything where he was, like, standing at the window or something, but no. But of course, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, let me know what you enjoyed from the video and what you want to see from me. The game will be in the description below as always, and with that said, I'll see you in another video. Take care. Great job once again to the developers.